Say again, please. Come here, John.
Air constant reporting that bomb squads are checking out Air Force One before the president.
Good. Try to correct. So we have bomb squads.
I think you're going to see a lot of this, and I think we were talking about this.
The intention of these terrorists is clearly to disrupt the American public. Well, they have, in fact, succeeded.
Yeah, clearly, a lot of people are terrified. There are going to be scores, perhaps hundreds of dead in those two buildings.
From the
to say
Capitol,
nothing.
and there you see fires burning in the courtyard of the Pentagon, confirming what we'd been told almost immediately by eyewitnesses. We've also been told it was a plane crash. So our belief at the moment is that an aircraft has crashed into either the courtyard itself or into that particular side of the building. Parts of the Pentagon have been confirmed. Oh, you can hear it, just listen. And that's what it looks like from just across on the north side of the White House. Those are the same incidents, to the best of our knowledge, the same incidents. And if you look at the amount of smoke at the Pentagon, this is huge. This is huge. The State Department is now being evacuated as a precaution. We're simply not able to get a good handle yet on what precisely happened at the Pentagon. But we do know that nowhere in the United States, at no commercial airport under the control of the FAA, are aircraft taking off. And this is in large measure because it has now been reported by several news.
This does seem to be surreal, but in fact it is real when you have an explosion of undetermined origin at the Pentagon, the most conspicuous symbol of American capitalism, the Twin Trade Towers here in New York, two deliberate attacks on those towers today, and we do not know for sure who is responsible.
And the Capitol, by the way, the U.S. Capitol has been evacuated. There have been evacuations taking place at the White House. Needless to say, many people in the Pentagon have left that building as well.
And here, by the way, in this building in Midtown New York, they have asked a lot of people at 30 Rockefeller Plaza to leave. It's another high-rise Capitol building, which is in New York. I came down the length of Manhattan, and a lot of people were simply unaware of what had happened as you tuned in the radio, and then they began to get it. It's election day here in New York.
Primary day.
And what we have is something that most Americans thought is a major development. The Federal Aviation Administration has shut down all air traffic nationwide. This country has been immobilized by these terrorist attacks in terms of air travel today, and we don't know where it goes from here. We'll just ask for
let it burn up. We ain't putting
We got a lot of people with us, so we got to get these people out.
That's the priority.
On top of everything else, just talking to the guys in the stairwells was tough.
Fort David to Battalion 7.
The tower's internal communication setup had been knocked out by the crash. That left fire department radios.
Suddenly, you have hundreds and hundreds of firefighters that have radios. It seems to become more and more difficult.
OEM-1 to base.
Please provide me again with your location.
Is there anyone in this car? Is there anyone in this car?
There's one guy from the WTC frantically to reach anyone on the elevators.
69 car. Anyone in this car? Oh, is there anyone in this car?
And going through the list.
Oh, is there anyone in this car?
And there's about 98 elevators in the World Trade Center.
Any kind of recall capability for fire
In the middle of all this, suddenly an elevator opens up. And you see people not having a clue of what's going on, because they've been stuck in there since the first plane hits. was seeing the look on the firefighters. It was not what's going on. Disbelief. That made me panic a little bit. It was the first time I had seen Father Judge, the chaplain, as he's called.
He was in the lobby with us, and I could tell that he was praying. You know, Father Judge, he would at least make eye contact with you and kind of give you a reassuring look. That wasn't occurring, almost like he knew that this was not good.
It's really quite bizarre. Passing through Times Square, hundreds of people are gathered, staring up at the television screens in Times Square and listening to what's going on and listening to the coverage, watching the pictures. A woman walked by me just a few
Ashley,
seconds
can you
ago
hold
crying.
on 1 second? We'll let you catch your breath. We want to go to Walter Perez of WNBC.
First, Marna Ringel. And Marna, you work across the street. Tell me exactly what you saw on the street, and as you looked up, what you saw, because you said you saw the second one. Am I correct?
No, I didn't see the second one. I actually was coming out of the building, and there was maybe about 30 or 40 people at the bottom of One World Financial covered in blood. I did not expect that at all, and I work for Lehman in One right here, and a gentleman that I work with was on the telephone. He said, "What was that?" I said, he thought it was thunder. I looked over, screamed, "It's a bomb," because I saw a piece of the building flow down, and I think I scared my entire floor because I can scream pretty loud, and it was pretty bad.
Now, you mentioned that you saw people on the road outside of the building. Explain that scene.
I saw there's maybe about 30 or 40 people covered with bandages and blood. It looks like a lot of them were either on the floor of one of the exchanges. There's actually, oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God!
We're not sure exactly what happened, but there was another explosion on the far side of one of the buildings from where we're standing. The reverberation and another explosion on the right hand.
It looks almost like a mushroom cloud explosion, and I'll tell you that I can't see that second tower.
Tower just came down.
Another building has gone up on the right-hand side of the road. People are now running down the street. We're not sure if that was another explosion or if that was advanced debris.
I was over the edge at that point in time.
A situation that started bad just gets worse and worse and worse.